Hello, hello. Welcome to today and today's messages. And we'll see what they are. Presently, currently my power is out, and I have a feeling that it's going to come back on at some point during this reading and potentially could highlight or act as a exclamation point to one of the messages, or three. One or three of the messages. Okay, so let's start. Let's see. Let's do. Let's be. Okay, the first one seems to want to be release central theme. The energy of release reveals the real you and takes away the prejudices you have about yourself. In this way, and through your altered thought patterns, your brain triggers your DNA to develop further. And this is exactly it. Every time we release the old, we leave space, we create space, we make space for the new, right? To enter, to be, to grow. And frequency, the energy of frequency helps you remain in your own energy. Quite often we adapt ourselves to others, thus raising and lowering ourselves to a frequency that isn't ours. So this is like affecting the frequency when you step into a room instead of being affected by it, right? So a release, yes, and frequency and recognition. The energy of recognition helps you look at yourself differently. We often have a lot of self-criticisms that influences our self-esteem in a negative way. Fear is frequently the barrier that keeps us from doing what we want to do. Recognize yourself. Okay, so even though they came out release, frequency, and a recognition, I feel like it's like a constant releasing to maintain this frequency of recognition of self being empowered, if that makes sense to you. Okay, so I'm just gonna put them like this. This is my moldavite piece from many, many years ago. All right, so there's those. Let's get a Hun card. Oops, otherwise known. Oh, the intuition just flipped over as I was moving cards around here. So that is another little massage because our intuition is what is kind of leading us towards the highest and greatest frequency and highest and greatest version of self, right? Your intuition is the one that's guiding you. Your intuition is your conduit to your higher self. And your higher self knows the best frequency for you to be on and knows who you are at a core soul level. And so, yeah, your intuition, okay, is what will bring you there. Okay, we got threes and threes here, and these are beautiful. Jera, Tiwaz, and Laguz. And we also have the bee, the eagle, and the dragon fish. Nope. Horse fish. Nope. Seahorse. There it is. The dragonfish. Oh, and I opened up on that one. Okay. So floating in the great waters, this tiny seahorse feels the currents, ebbs and flows. In this great universal ocean of life and in her soft, shifting dream state, she knows the unity of all life and the connection that flows through past, present, and future. In her world, water is everywhere, pervading all things, the living energy source of everything. She is a symbol of the unconscious, of invisible life forces, the dream state, and hidden aspects of the self. Laguz is a powerful rune in the way water is powerful, fluid, and ever changing. It calls you to release the struggle and go with the flow. Spend time in meditation and allow your deeper intuitive state to speak and to guide you. Laguz reminds you that on life's journey, not all can be controlled, and change is the only constant. Without change, life becomes stagnant. Keywords: flow, memory, dreams, the unconscious, fate, and karma. Beautiful. Well, there was a release mentioned in there. And then we have the other two. Tiwaz. From the greatest heights, the eagle has a balanced and broad perspective of the world. Liberated from the tight personal viewpoints of those on the ground, he's able to see the true lay of the land. He is privy to the universal and cosmic ordering principles that, with higher consciousness, brings true and beneficial law and justice to the world. Tiwaz has a righteous warrior energy. Honor is its defining quality. With this rune comes the promise of a good and just outcome. The scales will be balanced. You might be asked in a position of leadership to make personal sacrifices. Do what you know to be right, as courage and a worthy cause will be victorious. Keywords: justice, honor, sacrifice, loyalty, and a victory. Now, I want to put that one with this recognition because I feel like this is you in various states of recognizing you as this honorable, powerful, righteous warrior, um, tapped into your higher consciousness and a sense of truth and all of those things. Okay. And then also, because without even reading it, frequency and the bee, right? The buzzing of the bee. So, Jetta. I saw Jetta, whatever will be, will be. That's cute. After much diligence, the honeybee finally reaps the sweetest harvest. They are connected and attuned to the slow, ever moving cycles of nature and time. The bee needs to move through many steps and stages before their efforts in the wildflower fields bring the joyful harvest of honey. As the 12th rune, Jira speaks of the yearly cycles of tilling, sowing, and reaping. It awaits the slow arrival of change with patience, planning, and hard work. Jira has a steady and joyous energy, and it calls you to pause for a moment and pay attention. You will reap what you sow. So, are you sowing the future you want? It also asks, is the timing right? Jira indicates a total and happy completion with the promise that your reward is coming. Keywords: fruition, balance, abundance, cycles, and rhythms, harmony. Okay, that's why it's frequency. Beautiful. What a gorgeous little trifecta confirmation bath that was. Okay, so let's get into the cosmic garden and see what beautiful blooms we can discover. Speaking of cosmic garden, I have a rose bush called the old-fashioned rose bush, and at least that's what I've been calling it for 57 years. Not that long, but a long time. So it does lots of little roses in like a bouquet. Oh, there was a honk. um, and so it's super prolific, and usually like it's actually blooming a lot later this May. Like it usually blooms in May, but it's almost June, right? And there's still like just a few are starting to pop right now. But there's this like anticipatory energy around it every time I look at it because I can see all the buds, but only a few are opening up right now. And it's already like promises of the future, right? Promises of abundance. And I think the key is maintaining this frequency of excitement for what's to come. Okay. In a solid, confident knowing that it's coming, right? Like the abundance that will reveal itself when all these blooms pop. It's undeniable. Like, yeah, it's just a matter of time. Okay. And so there's also a release in that, right? Like, I'm not holding this an expectation. I'm not imposing any expectations upon it other than this knowing that they will bloom. So there's a message in there, right? It's different when you know you don't need to hold it with you anymore, right? You don't have to doubt it. You're not like, are they going to bloom? You know they are. I know they are. So, yeah, if that's the frequency we want to tap into, that knowing and that release, that well, it's allowing and release, right? You will release your expectations to come when you think they should come, and you allow them to bloom in their own time, in their own way. And that's a beautiful thing, right? That's how the universe works and conspires in your favor, because then there's no limits on how it can bloom and how it can surprise you, shock and awe you, bring you your beautiful moment of, you know, that day I go out there and oops, and the light comes on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and boom, there comes the power. It's just this knowing that it's going to happen, and holding that knowing within. Okay, beautiful. And intention, right? We made an intention that the light was going to come on and support the message at the right time. So it's definitely supporting this. It's going to happen. Your blooms will bloom when they are ready, and they are going to be freaking gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay. Okay. Like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay. Whoop, there it is. So this is you, your frequency, your recognition of self as a embodied, confident, stable, going with the flow, speaking your truth, in touch with your emotions, in control of your emotions, balancing your emotions, right? Got this balanced state, super important to this frequency holding, right? Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, grounded, meditative, tapped into the cosmos and the spirit realm, the spirit team, hovering above you as a unit. Okay. And this is your steps there. This is the tuning along your pathway to your intuition. Okay. Beautiful. Wow. The Emperor and Abundance. Okay. So this is about action. This is about going after what you want. It's also mastery. And yeah, the abundance, the slow moving yet prolific. This is the rose bush right here. Okay. It needs to go through its process and take as long as it needs to grow and bloom. And when it blooms, when those buds start popping, damn. Okay. And the emperor is, yeah, he's the master divine masculine energy. Okay, we'll see what else here. So we've got the devil and the crossroads. So depending on what's around here, devils can be external energy that's around. It could be doubts and fears that are getting in your way. But none of this reading so far is suggesting anything getting in your way from the bloom, from what's happening, right? So we'll see what's around here on how that applies. This could be that balance, right? You need to balance your light and your shadow aspect. And in order to determine which way to go in all aspects, the people you need to interact with, the um, the clients you need to take, the jobs you need to take, the all of the things, all of the choices that you come to, are you choosing the shadow or the light, right? Okay. Oh, so this is twin flame, balance, union, celebration, joy, abundance, gorgeousness. The word that kept coming up for me today was fecund. I had to look it up. Fecund. It's because in the other reading, Berkana speaks about the fecund hair. The rabbits are fecund. They are a high producing, fertile, right, abundance. Okay, so that seems irrelevant. And then the chariot is it's fast moving, it's the world reordering to bring you whatever it is that you are drawing in. Okay, and still unclear what role the devil plays in this, if it's trying to get in your way, if it's like external forces trying to block you. But because it's the chariot that's on the move, like as soon as I flipped it over, I immediately pictured it just running right over whatever's trying to stop or get in its way. Okay, so there are those messages. Oh, okay. The Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Swords. So I think because these two cards came up, um, every time you choose the light, you are using your discernment to cut away any sort of, oh, what's a good analogy? Bottom feeders was the word that came up, but I didn't know if that worked. Um, maybe like it's like resistance on the track, right? This chariot has this track that they're running on, and say they're like little succubuses, little slugs or something that get on the track, and it's inevitable. This chariot is getting to where it's going no matter what, right? We already determined that. The lights confirmed it. Everything, the electricity confirmed it, but it can stall it out, right? Just like slugs, there might be some slippage, there might be a little bit of abrasion, friction, right? And then your Queen of Swords is your discernment. So I think it's your ability to recognize when the shadows present themselves, appear, and cutting them away. Okay, when I was growing up, I grew up on a commercial fish boat, well, with a commercial fisherman, and so a lot of trips out and all this stuff. But when we would be cruising at night, there was this spotlight handle just outside the window. Excuse me. And so that skipper, whoever was driving the boat, could look out and make sure that there was no logs or anything that we were going to run into. And it, because the nature of water and the boat and momentum and all that kind of stuff, it's more of like a jarring bump or bang, or causing just a little bit of resistance. But if we can catch it before, it's easy to just move around it, right? And so um, this discernment queen is basically like, now I'm being shown the front end of a ship where they have like the statue of usually like the mermaid, only you have the Queen of Swords, and all your little um, bottom feeders, your barnacles and stuff like that that are sticking to the front end of your boat. You're just like, I see you, you're out, and you're getting rid of them, okay? Because you've got all this beautiful abundance coming your way, flowing to you because of this frequency that you're holding, and this recognition that you not only are someone who can hold this frequency and are deserving of it, okay, and are also deserving of it. So that's really beautiful. This is like, take those moments of recognition. You deserve the awesome, beautiful things that are on its way to you. Okay, and it could be a King of Cups. We've got the King and Queen of Cups here. So this could be your divine counterpart. And that could be the Emperor. A creative, compassionate, colorful, capable, also flowing, right? You're both ready to share your cups. So that's beautiful. And when you put your cups together, you're going to create all the cups, okay? And I feel like this is part of the wheel of fortune here. This is part of this steady frequency holding beautifulness. Ugh, it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Right? I mean, you saw it, the King and Queen of Cups, and then they came together, they cheersed each other, and boom, 10 of Cups, okay? And then we've got, oh my goodness, seriously, the King of Pentacles, okay? This is that grounded, I feel like this is just beautiful here, okay? Let me just find where these guys are going here. There's your sun, balancing out the sun and the shadows here. And this justice, I feel like this is the justice you deserve. This is what's fair because of who you are, who you've been, how you've grown, how you've transformed, the work that you've done in becoming, in releasing, in holding the frequency, all of the things, okay? And this King of Pentacles is a very grounded, stable, right? And he's connected to this 10 of Pentacles, just like this King of Cups was connected to the 10 of Cups here. So these could be two different energies in your field here. This could also be like a love, right? We've got the counterparts, the cup sharing and overflowing. It's also cups or emotion, and you got all 10 of them, right? As part of your turning wheel of fortune here. This could be like a career or job thing, okay, that leads to physical manifestation, physical abundance. But because they're on these stepping stone, the past, there could be somebody or some people from your past. I mean, this could be somebody who kind of knows you or remembers you, or you come to mind, or whatever from your past, or they've found breadcrumbs of you or whatever from the past, and you would be perfect for this job opportunity or opportunity of some kind, right? Because it's almost like this king has this star near the solar chakra, and he did come out with the sun, right, which is life-giving abundance, beautiful balance, beautiful, it's gorgeous, right? And it's almost like he's bringing in the sun to take away those lingering shadows as also a part of your justice, because these three came out together, right? Which is beautiful. I mean, come on, come on. Yeah, that's some kind of beautiful. I mean, and maybe it is this Emperor King of Cups who, surprise, is also the King of Pentacles. Like, you never know, right? Some people, some unions, they come together and they are just like cover all the bases. Or, they may bring in somebody that they know as well. This is the beautiful thing about like the Two of Cups, the two cups coming together, is that in proximity, when your energies combine, it rewrites everybody's energy involved. And even bilaterally, that's a weird word, is it? I don't know. It just came out. Even, like across all the people they know and the people they know, and oh my goodness, the King and Queen of Swords, okay, they're both out here. So it's like he's going to help you keep the devils away from the Chariot gaining and maintaining its momentum. Okay. This King of Swords may see that you are like trying to do everything, be at the front of the ship, drive the ship, maintain the ship, and he's just like, here, I can help with something. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, that just gets a shit because Two of Cups. Okay. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Okay. Wow. And wow. I don't know. Did we just put that right there? Wow. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I do know. It's all right here. You saw how much I shuffled. Like I shuffle these things. And every day the message is like so much abundance and love and all the things, celebration coming your way, and like don't hold back. Trust the signs and synchronicities. Ugh. Okay. So the Three of Cups, the celebration. Well, definitely over here is worth celebrating. We've got the wheel turning in your favor and this union. I mean, it's some kind of union, guys, going on here. Okay. And this is my know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run card. Because this person is like full of ideas. Look at all the colorful dots all over them, right? And they're being held back. Okay, and it's almost like they released all these other swords, or all these other swords have been taken out, or whatever they're doing in the background there. They're not affecting this person in the sand. And their hands, like it's just at the wrist, right? Like they could turn their hand and slide out of there if they really wanted to, but it's like a I'm also getting like the Fool colors because this really mimics the Fool card. It's very polka dotty, like full of creativity and abundance and trust and faith and newness, right? And but instead of leaping, they are kind of grounded. So I'm getting like balance in when to rest, when to rejuvenate, when to recuperate, when to hold back in the idea of recuperating and stuff, um, consolidating your energy kind of thing. And I feel like your signs and synchronicities are the things that lead you, that you do move towards, about, on. Okay. And maybe your Queen of Swords also is part of that. Nope, now's the time to just sit back and relax. Oh, there's a sign of synchronicity. Okay, now you can move. Right? Because we've got that linked to the Chariot here. Gorge. And then the celebration, yeah. Three of Cups, celebratory, also very, this is like what happens when the king and queen come together. They put their cups together and they still retain their own beautiful cups, but they create a third cup. Okay, it's like two worlds coming together, creating a whole new world. Okay, and then we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So this is like a job opportunity, a wish coming true, something tangible en route coming to you. Okay, and this is definitely seems to be, it could be here because it's also your ability to receive, right? Which is why I feel like it's connected to this Queen of Cups as well, and your justice coming in. This could be the star that this King of Pentacles wants to offer you and you receiving, and this being in a grounded meditative state right? Holding that frequency. Amazing. Death. There's the release card. Okay. This is why this release was so central to the entire reading, because we can't move into our future being weighed down by the things of the past. Okay. And I do want to put it here because I feel like, well, it's the balance, right? And then we've got the release balance, as above, so below, going on with the card formation. We also have a freaking heart here, which is not a surprise to me. Oh, boundaries. Okay, so boundaries wants to come out and make itself known, because boundaries are super important to holding the frequency. As important as release, right? You're not just creating a boundary for something and then holding that thing that you've made a boundary on towards for whatever. Like you got to let it go. Like it's like a nope and move on, nope and move on, right? So where do the boundaries go? I feel like between the King and the Queen of Swords here, your boundaries on when to move and when to wait and when to just like cut away completely. They're the discerning figures here, and that balance. So the masculine, feminine energies balanced in their knowing what and doing, right? And then the sun and the moon, or the sun and the light and the dark here, light and the shadow, balance as well. I feel like you're super powerful, which is why you will draw in powerful people, and the effect of unions will be freaking mind-blowing. Tsunamiing. Okay, introspection, going within, the self-reflection. I feel like this is linked to your illuminating, shining light on those aspects of yourself that, your thought patterns or whatever that may be holding you back from recognizing your beautiful, beautiful self, abundant, glorious self. Beautiful. Okay, let me see if there are any more cards in this deck that want to come out. What was that? The Patient Knight. He's sticking to my fingers weird. So be patient. Be patient for the things. I just feel like maybe we've got the patience of the Knight and the Emperor connected to this Two of Cups. Sorry, I'll just, 1 second. I suddenly had a weird drop in my nose. Okay, let's release, right? Release it and let it go. The Patient Knight here also wants to be part of these readings. So this is that like slow and steady wins the race. That pentacle energy, the earth energy, it's super grounded and it will bloom in its own time, just like the start of the reading, right? With the rosebuds blooming and the releasing, the trying to control when it happens. That's what this Knight of Pentacles is about. When it happens, it'll happen when it's meant to happen, and it's going to be beautiful. Is what I'm getting from that. Okay. Let's do it. It's interesting too. I'm being reminded of like one of the other readings not too long ago was like this, like just abundance and beautiful and love and overflowing and all these things. And I was like in disbelief and needing to back away and step back and take a breather and like getting overwhelmed by it. And I remember there was a moment with somebody and they were kind of checking in to see if, how I was feeling, if I was feeling the same intensity from our last time that we had together or whatever. And instead of saying, yes, I totally was feeling all of that and it was amazing and huge and oh my God, I just said, oh yeah, it was way too intense. And they were like, we should take a step back. And then I was like, we should take 2 steps back. It was that intense. But I was trying to be, I was guarded. And I don't know, like I didn't actually want to take 2 steps back necessarily, but I was trying to emphasize like how huge of a deal it was, but in this like self-sabotaging, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't even know how I got there. I don't even know how I got there, but the Queen of Pentacles is on the bottom here. And she is about being in the now, in your abundance, in your power, recognizing everything that you've accomplished, how far you've come, what you have going for you, right? Sitting in her garden, um, you know, aware of all this abundance about to bloom and just fully releasing expectations and allowing them to bloom in their own beautiful time. And, being a part of the process all along the way. Like I took a picture of it, of my little rose buds today. Even though they're not all fully blooming or anything, I just felt it was important to recognize the ones that were already, right? Okay, what do we got here? Yeah, that's the work, right? The work is this maintaining of the frequency, the cutting away, the balancing, the grounding, centering, self-reflection, boundaries, release, right? This is also major transformation. I always forget that about death. Death represents major transformation. So this is also like that transformed recognition of how much you've transformed. Jera spoke about the yearly cycle. So even consider how much you've transformed since like a year ago, right? Transformed into someone able to receive. So I think the work, where does the work go? It kind of fell down over here. So maybe this is speaking about this emperor who has also done the work. I mean, that would make sense. They'd have to, right? This is how two overflowing cups come together. They both have done the work, are in full in on the work process, right? Because the work never ends. There's no you finish the work. The work is ongoing, but you get better at doing the work, at maintaining the work, right? You just like exercising a muscle, and the more you do that regularly, the stronger that muscle gets. That's what this maintaining this work does for you. That's what maintaining the frequency does for you. The longer you're in that frequency of receiving, the more you are able to recognize when you are out of it, right? I don't think we're ever fully out of it, or in the frequency forever. I think part of this 3D realm experience is a constant shifting and retuning to get into it. And that's the sweet spot, right? Because you want to be able to play in all days. And play is in the realm of the physical. And so this is why it's important to balance your light and your dark, so that you can play and kind of sway in and out without getting stuck or stalled, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, we got one. Okay, so this is the going within, the balancing of the masculine and feminine, the choosing the love, choosing heart, choosing the light. Okay, this one can go either way, but because of this reading, it's definitely the choosing the love, the balance, the going within. Okay, and I feel like that choice, that dedication to yourself and your heart, that's what built, if not fuels, your chariot. Okay, and it's supported by signs and synchronicities. So this is like your touch in your connection with your higher self through your intuition, which is what points out and makes you notice all those signs and synchronicities. That kind of helped you get to that place where you're like, oh, I need to balance out my masculine and feminine. I need to balance out my light and my dark. I need to set clear boundaries and heal my heart. And you did. So good job. Good job. Okay. Good job. You did it. You did it. Okay. There it is. Whoop. There it is. The lovers, the love, the balance, the joy, the beautiful union, the romantic gorgeousness is that is. Okay. This is the direct result of that choice. And look, it's right beside the two overflowing cups and this divine union and abundance and this patient night, this slow and steady. Maintain your patience. Okay, I actually feel like these are like this. It's like the work in transformation. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, gorgeous. It's a gorgeous. Okay, that went really long. So I'm just gonna do okay. I'm just going to pull from the telepathy oracle cards. Okay, because they speak a lot on union, divine or otherwise, internal, external, all of the eternals. Let's see if any of them want to come out. Embrace that what fate has in store for you. Yes. Yeah, because it's epic. This is epic. I mean, I can't describe it in any other way. I mean, I don't need to. It's all right here in the cards. Right? Like it's crazy. 72 cards, and these messages keep reading the same beautiful way. Observe how all these things keep happening. Like this is the frequency that you're holding. The love and abundance frequency. Okay, that's not that. Okay, Mims. Okay, we've got yes, trust your intuition. Okay, confirmation. Boom. Observe. Okay, so I want to say, yeah, this recognition of the balancing, the nudging, the signs and synchronicities. These are all signs and synchronicities. Okay, we've got honor, synchronicity, and study. Okay, so this honor, the justice, right? Being honored for your work. This is the thing, like your work on yourself, this love, this balance, the stuff that you were doing, this recognition, it's changing the world through your frequency, right? You're emitting and holding and maintaining this love frequency, and that ripples out and affects everything. It affects everything. And so you get back what you put out. That's just one of the laws of nature. Okay. So you will be honored for your services, is what I keep wanting to say. And yes, synchronicity. Divine soul matches have amazing moments of synchronicity, and let love show you how to learn from each other. So we've got that study and observe. And I think part of this recognition of self is also recognition of those that come your way as well, right? And what they've gone through, what they've been, where they've been, and all of the above. And then we've got maze. Even if you feel lost, there's always a way through the maze. This is that trust in the process, allow that, release those expectations of when and how it's supposed to come about, and just allow it to be as it will be. Okay, because your connection is eternal and unbreakable. And I feel like whatever's going on over here in the love department is going to be unbreakable. Okay, beautiful, gorgeous, and like a wow. Okay, I don't know if you can find that video. It's pretty cute. This little girl, I forget. I think she's talking about her favorite colors or something like that. And then purple was like a wow. I think I can't remember now. It's been a while since I've seen it. Okay, detachment. Yes, detachment, part of release, right? Let it go, and what's for you will be yours, right? I got cat fluff in my nose. Okay, patience. Yes, patience. It's coming. Trust it. Okay, honesty. Be honest. Don't downplay, overplay, deny play, avoid play, whatever. Just be honest. You know, there's like, I can't tell them this because then they'll think that, and then you don't tell them that. Well, first of all, you assumed that they were going to respond in a certain way, and you didn't allow them the opportunity to, and you weren't being honest with yourself or them, right? And so people are playing only off of what you tell them. So if you're telling them stuff that isn't honest, then what the hell are they doing, right? And what are you doing? So, but I feel like this is your honest era, and that's why you're getting this justice to come in. Okay. And humility. Yes, I live in grace. I am not separate. I honor all life with great respect, and I see myself in others. Okay. There's that honor and synchronicity. And love is at the bottom, and it was peeking at me. So I'm pulling that one out also, because this is all the love right here. It's all here. Okay. Okay. So there's the reading for today. Another mind blower. So yeah, if you're on this crazy journey with me, just allow and believe and trust and release and recognize and balance and trust your intuition, be patient, and oh my goodness, ba-boom. Okay. So have a great whatever you're doing. Make it awesome. Thank you. I love you. Take care. Do be and see and share and love and goodbye.